Plato's Apology, Episode 3. Ta gar me aiskunthenai, choti autika hupemu exelenktesontai ergo, epedon made hapostiun phinomai denos legen, tuta moi edoxenauton anaiskunto taton enai, me ara denon kalusin hutoi legen ton talethe legonta. Now the syntax becomes a little more complicated. We have here, right at the beginning, the subject of this long and rhetorically beautiful sentence. The subject is ta aiskunthenai, and this is called an articular infinitive. Infinitives are verbal nouns, and when a definite article in the neuter specifically is placed in front of them, their noun identity becomes more prominent. For that they are not ashamed, aiskunthenai is an aorist passive infinitive, built on the sixth principal part of the verb aiskuno, which you may guess means to be ashamed. Now he's going to explain the source of their lack of embarrassment, namely that immediately, there's an adverb, by me, genitive absolute, they shall be refuted indeed. So autika, an adverb, synonymous with the Latin statium, hupemu, the genitive of agency, and exelenktesontai is a future passive indicative, also built on the sixth principal part of the verb exelenko, to refute. Very important Socratic word, the elenchus, or the method of refutation. That they shall be immediately refuted by me, by the actual fact of the case. Notice the distinction here between the person, hupemu, and the dative of means, the thing. Now the parenthetical, whenever, in no way whatsoever, made hapostiun, I should seem clever at speech. Now, phinomai here is a first singular, present, subjunctive, and passive verb. And whenever we have epedon here with a subjunctive, it's a present general, conditional. How do we know it's subjunctive? Well, the key clues are the lengthened thematic vowel from omicron to omega, the presence of a primary ending, and then, of course, it's built on the first principal part. Its subject is denos in the nominative, and denos legen means clever at speaking. That I do not seem clever at all at speaking. Now this may be a little bit of false modesty on Socrates' part. He says, this thing seemed to me. Now tuta in the neuter, singular, and nominative summarizes everything that has come before. This is a very common construction in Greek, and in Latin, the neuter pronoun id functions in much the same way. So the fact that they are not ashamed, when I'm clearly not a gifted speaker, and I can prove that as soon as I open my mouth, this fact seemed to me to be, the most shameful, anaiskuntotaton of all. Anaiskuntotaton, notice here the taton is the superlative suffix. And you noticed tuta as the subject of edoxen, enai, the infinitive in indirect discourse, and anaiskuntotaton, the predicate of tuta. Unless, he says, me ara, unless these men call clever at speaking, denon legen is the object of kalusin, they call someone clever at speaking, he who, now we have ton legonta, notice ton is the accusative, modifying legonta, the masculine singular accusative participle, they call someone clever at speaking, the man who merely speaks, and then talethe, the object of the participle legonta, merely speaks the truth. If that's cleverness, then Socrates is clever.